This week seemed to almost be a little bit of like a mini Nintendo Direct for the Nintendo Switch 2 because we got a bunch of updates and new game announcements when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2. But we're going to start off first with the big announcement of Pokemon Legends ZA. This was massive when it comes to the first week sales. The Pokemon Company announced the game sold 5.8 million units in 1 week. If you put it into comparison with Pokemon Legends Arceus, that game sold about 6.5 million units in the first week. But the big difference here is that the Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch 1 with this game, ZA, it still got the holiday season and the bundle with it. So I do believe that that holiday season is going to be massive for this game to push it even further, as kids and other people are going to be getting the game for Christmas. Whereas unlike Pokemon Legends Arceus, that was well after the Christmas shopping holiday season was over at the end of January in 2022. And people were looking forward to, of course, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that was dropping later that year. But this is a huge week overall for Pokemon Legends ZA. Some people were talking about how it might not do as well as other Pokemon games. There was a lot of controversy surrounding this, but I think at the end of the day, if you just look at people that just enjoy Pokemon and want to play a great Pokemon game, that's what we're seeing here and why it continues to do so well. Now, I'm about 26 hours into the game, and I have to be completely honest overall. Yes, there are some issues with the game when it comes to, of course, the windows and wall textures and certain graphical aspects of it, but it runs like a dream. It loads super fast and it plays really slick. So I've been playing a ton of the game and having a blast while playing it. Not perfect, but still a great experience when it comes to a mix-up on the Pokemon formula. And obviously a lot of gamers saw the same thing here with this when it comes down to it, because it sold 5.8 million units in 1 week. And once again, that is before the massive holiday season. And of course, if you don't know, Pokemon games sell incredible over the holiday season. They really do good. Even the older games, a lot of the games that are still on the market will actually come back into the top charts at times during the holiday season. So I expect Pokemon Legends ZA to do big numbers this holiday, which does give it a pretty good advantage when it comes down to launching at the end here with the fall season and a new system with the Switch 2, in addition to having a holiday to also sell as well, where it's going to be one of the bigger games in the lineup for the Nintendo Switch 2 this year. And of course, it's on the Switch 1. But speaking of Switch 1 and Switch 2, what's the split between them? Because that was a big thing. How many people are going to hold on to the Switch 1 version compared to the Switch 2 version? Well, the split was actually pretty good according to the Pokemon Company. About half of the units were sold or played on the Nintendo Switch 2, with the other half on the Nintendo Switch 1. So that is a pretty impressive split of getting people to jump over to the new system, because the Nintendo Switch 1 has sold more than 140 million units more than the Nintendo Switch 2. But the fact that the split was so close, despite the massive difference in install base, that to me was one of the most impressive things, and shows that people were actually going out and getting the Nintendo Switch 2 for this game. As, okay, I don't have a Switch 2, but I'm going to buy it for this game and I'm going to play it on there. Otherwise, people would have just played it on the Nintendo Switch 1 and most of the sales would have been slanted towards the Switch 1, but they were not. It was about half, according to the Pokemon Company's press release. So I can see this game continuously selling very well throughout the holiday season. Then, of course, we're going to find out about Gen 10 next year, probably on Pokemon Day in the first number of months of the year. So that's going to be interesting. The Pokemon machine just keeps going overall. I did actually get a little bit of time to play the online in Pokemon Legends ZA, and it's very interesting, if not incredibly simplistic at times, but I had to play that in order to get one of the Mega Stones for Greninja, get to a certain rank there. So I definitely wanted to do that. So I'll include that in addition to all of my thoughts once I'm done with the game in my review, so look out for that. We also have a Pokemon Legends ZA live stream that I'll be doing this Saturday, so if you're going to be around on the channel, I'll have a post on my community page. So that is going to be the 25th, so if you want to come hang out, I am giving away 3 copies of Pokemon Legends ZA as well, so if you want to potentially win a copy of the game, come hang out on the 25th, this Saturday. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you click that notification bell so you know when our streams go up, and you can have a chance at winning. Just come through to the live stream. So what do you guys think about Pokemon Legends ZA and the big sales launch here? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the big AAA game announcements, because there were a lot of them. So let's start off with Assassin's Creed Shadows. This game was already kind of leaked a bit ago, but now we have official confirmation, plus a release date and a first trailer as well, plus a fall roadmap overall. Title updates, we got all sorts of stuff for this game. And for those who maybe didn't know about what Ubisoft has done on the Switch 2, they kind of take a little bit more of an approach of less is more and quality when it comes down to it. They're not flooding the Switch 2 with a bunch of games so far. They're really focusing in on one game after another. They started with Star Wars Outlaws, which is, in my opinion, the most impressive, best looking third-party game on the Nintendo Switch 2. Has ray tracing, has DLSS, it has all the tech that the Nintendo Switch 2 uses. It uses that to make it a pretty impressive port overall, especially how it runs rock solid 30 FPS, actually better than the Xbox Series S in terms of overall scope. But now with Assassin's Creed Shadows, that does give me a lot of hope that this is going to be a solid port of the game. From the trailer that they showed off, it looked in better shape than when we first saw Star Wars Outlaws, so that's definitely a good thing. The game is dropping for $60, and it's going to release 2 days before Metroid Prime 4 Beyond on December 2nd. It will have all the recent updates and free content drops, except for the Claws of Allergy expansion that will come later in the new year. It will also work with cross progression to Ubisoft Connect, so you'll be able to pick up where you left off. Switch 2 also offers a new way to play with touchscreen features in all menus, including world map, store, and hideout, which is absolutely vital for this type of game. If you're playing portable, being able to just kind of touch where you want to go or transport or use the menus in that type of way, because it kind of has like a little bit of a weird menu system in that game. So touch controls for this with the Nintendo Switch 2 in portable mode is much appreciated. So it does seem so far, based off of what they've shown here and based off of what they've talked about with the Switch 2 version, that it's going to be a quality port. I'd expect that Digital Foundry is going to tear this one down like they did with Star Wars Outlaws, and we're going to see some of the DLSS and technology that they used when it comes to what the Switch offers and how they did it in Star Wars Outlaws. Let's see what they do with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Just one thing to note though, Assassin's Creed Shadows does have a different engine. It's not Snowdrop like Star Wars Outlaws, so there could be some differences in terms of how they implement things. But once again, we're gonna have to wait and see on that. But this is good, man. This is definitely a good thing to see Assassin's Creed Shadows, a big current generation AAA game, come over and look like it's gonna be running at 1080p 30 FPS or something like that, or maybe it's a little bit higher like Star Wars Outlaws was, docked with 1440p. So we will see once the game comes out on December 2nd. So what do you guys think about Assassin's Creed Shadows? Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, let's talk about Fallout 4, because this is something that we did learn that Bethesda wanted to do on the Nintendo Switch 1, and the system just croaked. It could not handle the awesomeness of Fallout 4 overall. So Fallout 4 is officially confirmed, and it's coming as Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. Now, other platforms are going to get it on November 10th. This game has been re-released a number of times in Game of the Year editions and all including editions, and now in anniversary editions. They've re-released this game multiple times on Xbox and PlayStation, but this is the first time that it's actually coming to a Nintendo platform. There's only been one Fallout game on a Nintendo platform before, and I think that was Fallout Shelter on the Nintendo Switch 1, and that is not the same as the mainline big Fallout titles. With the surgence of the Fallout Amazon series, which I did watch all the way through that, I thought that was pretty good, and Season 2 starting up here, I think that this is a perfect time to get the Nintendo Switch 2 involved when it comes down to it. But the Nintendo Switch 2 version will not drop in 2025. It is going to drop in 2026. So here is what you get with the Anniversary Edition overall. They say it's the definitive version of the game, and it's been 10 years since players has first stepped into the Vault 111 and into the post-nuclear world. To mark the occasion, Bethesda Game Studios is thrilled to announce Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. This is the ultimate celebration of the beloved classic, bringing together the complete Fallout 4 experience in 2026. So you get 6 official add-ons with Automatron, Far Harbor, Nuka World, and the Workshop expansions. Whether you're building the settlements, battling robots, or exploring the mysteries of the Commonwealth, every adventure is here. But that's not all. The Anniversary Edition also bundles over 150 pieces of Creation Club content, including fan favorites and previously unreleased items designed to enhance your journey, from new weapons and different dog meat breeds like a Husky or a Dalmatian to gameplay tweaks and quest expansions. There's something for every vault dweller. So the thing about this is that I played this game when it first dropped on PC back in like 2015, and I played it and I thought it was okay. I think I put about 40 to 50 hours into it, but I just got kind of tired of sitting at my PC and playing it. I was used to playing Fallout on the TV. I played Fallout 3 on my, I think PS3, or was it 360? Yeah, 360, and I got all the achievements in that, got all the DLC, and it was great. But when Fallout 4 came, I probably shouldn't have got it on PC. I bought it again on the Xbox One, but then I played it for like 10 minutes and I was like, I've already done this before. So I kind of just fell off of Fallout. Now, with all of these content tweaks and gameplay adjustments to make the game better, I'll probably just check it out or get a review code to see if it's something that I'll get into. I've kind of already given up on Fallout for the most part, even though I used to be a pretty big fan. Once again, I got all the achievements on Fallout 3 for the Xbox 360, but I'm just not sure if I want to go back into this type of game. But I'll try it out on the Nintendo Switch 2. It seems like it'd be a pretty good game to be able to play portable, considering the amount of content in this game and the amount of different areas and locations and stuff for you to do. So we'll see how good the port is of this game overall. Hopefully they can get that running at 60 FPS in a performance mode on the Nintendo Switch 2. So very good to see mainline Fallout on a Nintendo platform for the first time. So what do you guys think about Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition coming to Switch 2 in 2026, and of course November 10th for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, the announcements don't stop here. We've got more of them, because System Shock Remake is also coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 this year in 2025, and it's really cool because it includes not only a Switch 1 version that you can pick up, but there's also a Switch 2 version, and that Switch 2 version comes complete on cartridge. There is no game key card. It is not a download or something. It comes complete on the cartridge, so they are ponying up for that full cartridge experience. So Night Dive Studios will release 2023 System Shock Remake for the Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch later in 2025. They're running out of time here, so I'm guessing it's going to be December. The developer has announced the Switch 2 version will ship with the full game on the card, which is awesome. Once again, Remake first launched back in 2023, and then some systems got it in 2024. Now it's here 2025 for the Nintendo Switch 2. So here's what Night Dive had to say about the game. The System Shock Remake combines the gameplay of the original title with high-definition visuals, updated controls, and an overhauled interface, and new sounds and music. A legion of hostile and mutated creatures created and controlled by the delightfully villainous Shodan await players as they make their way through Citadel Station. Players will also encounter traps, puzzles, and secrets in their pursuit of escape. A combination of stealth, cunning, and futuristic weaponry will be required to survive. During development, Night Dive Studios worked closely with many of the original System Shock team members, including Terry Brosis, the original voice of one of the game's most iconic villains, Shodan. In the Switch 2 and Switch ports of System Shock, players can expect an array of features such as Joy-Con 2 mouse support for the Nintendo Switch 2, gyro aiming, various community requested features, and 1080p 60 frames per second support on the Nintendo Switch 2, which is very important to get that smooth frame rate, and of course good resolution, because it is a first person game and you want that smooth frame rate for those type of games. So very good to see this. I'm not a big System Shock person. I have watched a few different documentaries or a few different things on the development of the game, so I do know about it and the history and how it led to the BioShock series, and it's awesome. Like, it's a great series. It's just not for me, but I'm happy that we're starting to see a lot of new Nintendo Switch 2 titles. Some of these games that couldn't make it over to the Switch 1, or they wanted to wait to have Switch 1 and Switch 2 make it over to the platform. So very good to see that. Assassin's Creed, Fallout, and now System Shock. That's why I said this is kind of like a little bit of a mini Nintendo Direct when it comes down to it, because we have another game that we need to talk about. Yes, another one. Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. That's also coming to Nintendo Switch 2 this December. It's going to be $50 as well. So Rogue Trader first launched for the PS5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam and GOG on December 7th, 2023, and has sold over 1 million units with all those systems combined. And I had no idea. I do not follow the Warhammer 40,000 series. So let's talk about it a little bit here. Begin your journey in the first classic computer role-playing game set in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. Become a rogue trader, a scion of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers that reign over their trade empire and explore the fringes of the Imperium's frontiers. So here are some of the key features. You can explore the Cronius Expanse. Your decisions matter, Lord Captain. Show your subjects mercy or disdain. Stay faithful to the God Emperor or consort with enemies of mankind. Every decision and every act of the rogue trader sends ripples throughout the entire sector, changing the in-game world and those who inhabit it. Almost kind of like a Mass Effect situation there. You can gather your crew. Rogue traders never travel alone. Get a bunch of different types of warriors and psychers and all different types of classes of people to help you in battle. But you have to plan your actions carefully. Slaughter the enemy of mankind in a fully fledged turn-based combat system. Take advantage of cover, the environment, and careful positioning to overpower your enemies. When that is not enough, use your companion's powerful abilities to turn the tide of battle and achieve victory even in the direst of situations. Our video game adaptation of the classic Rogue Trader rule set allows an enormous number of possibilities for you to explore. So yeah, if you like the old school games, XCOM, you like stuff like that, this one's probably going to be right up your alley. I never heard about it, and once again, I don't play the Warhammer series, but definitely cool to see these games running and looking good on the Nintendo Switch too. So yeah, a little bit of a mini partner direct here with the side of huge Pokemon sales. So what do you guys think about everything that we discussed here? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, peeps, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, and click that notification bell to get our videos as soon as they drop. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.